Hi, it's John Doe, aka Frags with the DNB Academy, and welcome to another video. And for this one, I'm gonna show you some really cool ways to do some creative filtering with some of the new features we got in Serum. So let's dive right into it. Okay, for starters, we're gonna create like a patch, simple base patch that will allow us to get the most out of the patch from the filtering itself, all right? So what I'm gonna start off with, it's gonna be an analog BD syn. I'm gonna play this like 3 octaves lower so we get this really cool sub. Get the random phase down to 0, edit our wavetable here so we can get the subharmonic the loudest, right guys? So in this case that's kind of what we want. And then I'm gonna use some FM from B. I'm gonna turn oscillator B on. I'm gonna go into the new Serum wavetables, and some of these digital ones are sick. Like this hyper squeak, for instance, it's really good. So I'm gonna bring this down to 0, get this to 2, and start FMing. So let's give these a couple voices. Really cool, right? These two. You know what I mean? We can actually use this bar, so let's give a bit of movement with this LFO1 in envelope mode. A little bit slower. Let's do something like this. Okay. Cool. I like it. So, add a little bit of noise. We're gonna give this new white noises that we got here, the white and pink noise actually, the white stereo. And we're gonna gently distort the whole thing. Maybe not that gentle, because we need that content for the filter to work. So we're gonna choose something like overdrive. Let's stack 2 instances. Even 3, sounds pretty nice. Let's also automate the FM amount. Right, nice. So we already have the foundation for what we need. And now let's start taking advantage of this new filtering system, all right? So at the end of the day, right now we can use at least 3 filters, all right? So that's awesome. Let's start creating movements. So we can usually start off with the main one, all right? This main movement we got, and we're gonna assign this one to our first filter. So this first filter, what it's gonna do, we're gonna assign it to the oscillator A in this case only. And we're gonna choose one of these miscellaneous ones, or the new Serum filters, which once again, they don't add that much here. But we could start from the miscellaneous, for instance, like the band reject, the all passes, comms. So this way we can extract like more artifacts to our mix. So let's go with band reject, for instance. I love it. You might have noticed it already. It's really cool, not gonna lie. So you see, we already added this really nice movement that follows the same lines that the movement of the whole patch resolves around. You can even... Cool. So now, let's flip this into a new filter. And on this new filter, we also gonna filter A, but also the noise. Okay, and on this one, we're gonna use something a bit more standard. We can go either with a low pass, with a high pass, whatever. But on this one, we're gonna choose a different shape, and we can, for instance, turn this into something way slower, like an envelope as well. They can do something like, let's assign this to the cutoff now. Let's make it faster. level. Maybe turn it the other way around, or just like this, actually. One direction only. Yeah. Nice. So you see, by the moment that this LFO does this little gap, we got this low pass doing the curve, so we managed to get this movement of both oscillators to sound really interesting. Now, if we go to our mixer, to our FX I mean, we can still add another one, all right? We can go to our FX and we can add another filter. And in this case, you can try those more creative ones again, like for instance, let's say the reverb. Let's keep the same movement here. See? Create like really weird sounding basses. Look at this formant one. Then would be a matter of going back to our oscillator, turning out the sub, matching the octave. You know, already a different bass we got here. That's the beauty of this sort of like creative filtering. See, now we go back to this more aggressive sounding one. We need to chill a little bit here with the filtering. Really cool, you know. We can actually go into something, go into something like these new ones. This is if you want to get some mid-range shots, just get it this slower. Really cool. Now it would be super simple if we added a little bit of convolution reverb to our bass. You see, I've been using this quite a lot. It's really good. So we can use some short, some hyper here. And on the mixer, we can assign this to the filter one, for instance, like the filter 2. Increase the convolve here. Let's get the noise. Like without noise, it actually sounds better. You see just the amount of different basses we can have already made by just, you know, flipping a wavetable. Just showing you the possibilities, especially if we now here switch this slow pass to a dist one comp, for instance. We can make like really like this more of a narrow. You see, that's a really cool way of getting experimental, especially if you're down onto like some sound design and resampling sessions. This is a really cool way of getting those really weird and small bass shots that can be later, once again, resampled, refiltered, and repolished. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.